All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rochakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there preaching the truth across the four corners of earth, risking their life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. Just meditating on the things going on. The spirit that's out here, man. Let us now praise famous men. And High Priest Ariah, I never had the pleasure of meeting him. Lord willing, I will in the kingdom as one of the elect. Because this man, when you think of the 12 tribes sign, when you think of that sign that we all have, which we're all supposed to have according to Ezekiel, Judah and his friends, Ephraim and his friends, and then them all together, which is even the reason why a lot of the Northern Kingdom brothers woke up, because they saw the unity and they read, that was it Judah and Israel are going into captivity together. A lot of bros woke up because that sign, which put everybody together, which put everything in perspective. Because what does it say? There will no longer be two kingdoms, but it's going to be one kingdom. So at the end of the day, we all going to be one. And that vision was first put together by High Priest Ariah. Even that idea, the sticks, and put all the sticks together, that's High Priest Ariah. So if you have that, you need to pay respect and pay homage, to your elder, right? To your spiritual father. All right, even the guys who try to redo the sign, and the only reason you even had the idea for the sign in the first place is because High Priest Ariah was given that understanding, and he brought that out, and that was later passed down onto us. All right, and this whole thing where motherfuckers just playing and going against spiritual parents, this is nothing new. This is something that's been around. And really, that's the spirit of Esau. When you see young Edomites, they're completely rebellious. That's one of the ways you know a devil, man, because they're completely rebellious against their parents. All right, they completely go against their parents. Even when they, jump into hip hop or jump into whatever rock and roll, end of the day, they're doing that for rebellion. They're young, they're liberal, then they get older, and they start to realize, like, well, damn, wait a minute, we're gonna have to, they understand that divisions destroy a house, so they become conservative. Right? They become right wing. Right? But fuck them. We're Israel, man. We're the form of all things. I'm just using that as an example. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. And we could truly say that this man is in peace right now, before the Father. You know what I'm saying? Whether and that's ultimately between him and the Father, man. Whether, dirty garments, the scriptures talks about that, man. Joshua might have those dirty garments. All right, but guess what? He's still who he is through the Spirit. And we still honor our fathers because that's our way. And that's something that's been taken away from us, man. As the scripture said in verse 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks amongst the stubble. All right. And this is the time that we're coming to. The time of us receiving that spiritual power. The time of us having rulership over these nations. And that man was a pillar. All right. We stand on the shoulders of this man. All right, all of these 12 tribe signs, which everybody got, which they want to act like, they don't know where it came from. All right, madness. And that's one thing I hate, man. Anytime you got, something special or something, it's always somebody coming in trying to, they're trying to be, too big for their britches, man. They're trying to bring this Hollywood ass shit to it. No, man, you were this man's student. You ate off of this man's works. You were part of this man's fruit. Point blank, period. This is Sirach 8. And 5, reproach not a man that turneth from sin, but remember that we are all worthy of punishment. Dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old. And that's what you see, man. That's why it talks about Elijah coming to turn the spirit of the fathers back to the sons back to the fathers, right? Which we know Elijah to be Abba Bivens. But that's a spirit that we needed. We have to go and we have to honor who our fathers are. When we read the scriptures, these are our fathers. These are men who came thousands of years before us. Right? Our line is set in pleasant places. And Jake just, want to take the information and, run with it like they came up with it. Where'd you get it? But that's why the scriptures say, miss not the discourse of the elders. I'm going to get to that too. All right, it says, dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old. Rejoice not over the greatest enemy being dead, but remember that we die all. Despise not the discourse, which ultimately that's talking about us amongst our nation, because when Esau's taken down and taken out of the way, we're going to rejoice. Ultimately, it's talking about amongst our nation. Sometimes when it talks about enemies, it's talking about amongst our nation. It says, despise not, which this man wasn't an enemy. You know what I'm saying? He just, he wasn't necessarily out still preaching. He was up in age. All right, it says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs, for of them thou shalt learn instruction in how to serve great men with ease. All right, now that's integral. You know what I'm saying? Because some of our, the hardest teachers can be a little rough, or, you might not like them, or, you might not like laugh at all their jokes, but like it says, man, acquaint thyself with their proverbs, for of them thou shalt learn instruction in how to serve great men with ease. All right, ultimately, that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to serve our nation, and you come in as a servant. But, with, niggas like, and I'm going to say your name, man, niggas like Al-Azhar, I saw an interview. He's on, I'm not even going to shout out the stupid ass podcast, but he was on a podcast. I brought consciousness to the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And we knew what you were doing, once you started, man. Try to jump in that lane and then try to do interviews with OG gangster this, OG gangster that. Look, man, that's not in the scriptures. I try to go to all the breakdowns, ask a million questions of the apostles, and then once you learn it and it's convenient for you, say fuck them. You think the Lord don't see that? You think the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But again, at the end of the day, man, we follow after our spiritual parents, man. Anybody who understands is not going to follow after you with that bullshit. All right, but back to the scriptures, man. Verse 9, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers. Exactly. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers. And of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth. All right, and when you look at somebody and they don't have any elders, they don't have anybody they give credence who taught them or who helped to bring them up, everything is me, and I did this and I figured this out, and you know what I'm saying? That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign for somebody who does not have elders. That's not a good sign. And that's the spirit that the scriptures talks about. Romans 1. All right, it talks about having a reprobate mind in verse 28, to do those things which are not convenient. And then it goes into being filled with, and it goes into all unrighteousness and the different characteristics of unrighteousness. You know what I'm saying? Which you have to really evaluate yourself that you don't have any of these characteristics. And then one of those characteristics in verse 30, it says what? Backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud. So pride is one of those things. Boasters, all right? Inventors of evil things, disobedience to parents. All right? Disobedience to parents. Which these men, again, are our spiritual parents. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection. You know, where's your natural affection? All right, here it is, man. The 12 tribe signs so cold, man. As a matter of fact, I've seen you guys do hour plus breakdowns on it. All right, but now all of a sudden, we don't know this, man, or we, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm upset, man. Jake is full of shit. Even niggas in the world. Even niggas in the world, you know what I'm saying? NBA or something. They do, the top 75, the people who come before, the veterans. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're doing a lot of interviews and stuff. They got that on YouTube. They, trailblazers. All right, shit, UFC, they do it. Hall of Fame, trailblazer. This person did, they honor the person's achievements. And that's on the worldly tip. All right, in Israel, where we honor our fathers, because that's in the law, honor thy father and thy mother. We should be, 10 times, going 10 times harder. All right, but again, man, when nigga shit permeates into, trying to do too much and trying to go above your parents and trying to, be this great, avatar, high priest, and there are men who are over you. Come on, man. And this isn't a popularity contest either. Hey, another thing too, though, the scriptures say there's one who be I should have pulled the verse. There's one who they're helpful to many, but not helpful to themselves. Sirach 37:19, talking about, all you guys who are new on the scene, may have gained some popularity, or which I've seen a lot of you camps in Israel, man. You guys don't go to the chief place of concourse. You stand in the hood and pass out flyers and do social media campaigns and all of this, car washes and this. And so you get a lot of followers. You guys do this city to city. And then, once you guys blow up, you forget where you learn, man. You forget your foundation. And that's never good. Like I said, even in martial arts, man, people give respect to who taught them. People give respect for, the origins of their style, even if the style has progressed. Right? It's Sirach 37:19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. And I brought that out because you can know the scriptures, very well. You could know this verse. I know that verse. I got notes on this. I got notes on that. But you yourself don't apply it. And then when the Lord finally takes that spirit from you, then all of those people who once followed you now could be pushed over to, hey, let me follow the man who taught him. Hey, let me follow the true elder, the true apostle. Verse 20, there is one that showeth wisdom in words and is hated, he shall be destitute of all food. For grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. All right, and end of the day, man, it's in the hands of the Lord. The deceived and the deceiver are both his. Like I said, the Lord could use you and then take you out of the way, which I've seen it happen before, could take you out of the way and set somebody else in your seat. All right, there ain't no permanent guarantees for, any of us, man. Many are called, but few are chosen. All right, the Lord he said he can wake up stones to do this work. But hey, 2 Timothy 3:1, we know the times that we're in. This know also, in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous and boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Man, you can't be proud, man. You can't be unthankful. Just a complete asshole. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, and these you Sakari guys, we got to call you out, man. Y'all tried to show up across the street for where we camped at. Y'all did that. Y'all do that in multiple cities. Try to show up where we're at and try to play like everything is good, and then try to act stupid. And those men under you, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't have the understanding to discern, like, let me fall back and just, you know what I'm saying, get our own spot, and we need to teach and be out there consistently. Nah. They only come out when it's warm, just like IUIC and just like, all these other Israelite groups. And then, like I said, man, y'all are kind of out of order, because y'all try to come where we preach at and preach, which, like I said, we preach directly, being under the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You guys preach being under Alazar, who learned from, so shouldn't you go to the man, These men are still alive, still preaching, still diligent, so shouldn't you guys go to the elders and apostles? Don't you think that would make more sense? So, we're going to wait till, if we be here, we're going to wait till they pass and then try to, feign some type of, oh man, that was my guy. But when he was alive, you didn't show the respect. All right, that's some bullshit. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. From having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, such turn away. Right? For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Right? But point in verse 5, having a form of godliness, yeah, they look godly. Right? But when you look at these characteristics, you can see like, nah, that's not the spirit of the Lord. All right, hey, we're about to come into the Passover. We're in the first month right now. We're in the house cleaning. All right, we're always in the house cleaning, but especially now, in this first month around this time of the Passover. Any alts with a brother, you're supposed to go to him, leave your sacrifice, go to him and deal with the situation. And then your sacrifice will be accepted. It'd be too much, little diva, shit. Jake be having, little issues and all this shit on their chest and don't want to say it, or, shit, maybe you could just deal with it, man, and get over it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't even have to be a thing, man. The Lord will alleviate the situation, man. You just take the low and just get over it and deal with it. You got to take the low, man. These men came before you. They taught you everything that you know. And if not everything you know, they taught you the foundation of what you know. Point blank, period. All right, but hey, we're going to see, man. Time will tell. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Hey, may the Lord bless us, that our time continue to be sped up, that we can get the fuck out of here, man. Call lawyer.